Okay, so just to kind of conclude what I'm talking about, I just want to encourage you, if you have not participated in National Novel Writing Month, to give it a try, to see what it's like to push yourself that hard for 30 days. I think the next event happens in August. It is Camp Nano. And that one's pretty cool. You can be sorted into little cabins and have a group of 3 or 4 people who you talk to about your novel, and you kind of encourage each other. It's a cool idea. So I would say check that out if you're interested. If not, wait until November and just give it a try. There's no commitment. You don't have to. Your hands won't be cut off if you don't reach 50,000 words or you quit halfway through. I just think that it's a good experience for anybody. Even people who don't necessarily consider themselves writers. I think that it's a good way to see what's in you, to see where your imagination can take you. And everybody has an imagination, and I think that it's kind of fun to push that. And it doesn't even need to be fiction. It could be an autobiography. It could be a book of poems. It could be experimental. It doesn't have to be, a novel in the typical sense of chapter 1 through 30. It can be whatever you want it to be. And so I highly encourage that, firstly. I think after that, if you have participated or you plan on it, I think that it's important to take it a step further and try to give back to the NaNoWriMo community. While we would all love to become the next big author, the next person sitting on Good Morning America, talking about, I was able to write a novel in 30 days and, a couple years later, look at it. It's a bestseller. But the truth is, not all of us are going to get there. And that's okay. That shouldn't be your primary goal in doing NaNoWriMo, is to become rich and famous, because that's most likely not going to happen. If it does good for you, we'll talk. Let me know. But I think it's important to give back to the community, and I think research, especially if you are inclined to do research, if you're academic, if you're working at the university level, masters, whatever, I think that it's important to give back to the community, and doing research and showing scientifically or qualitatively that NaNoWriMo has benefits outside of just pushing yourself to an extreme, I think would be really appropriate. I think that people discount NaNoWriMo all the time. It's a weird event for weird people who like to write a weird, absurd amount of words in a month. And that may be true. We may be weird people. We may be strange for trying to do this, on a yearly basis, multiple times each year. But I think that if you step outside of looking at it as, oh, but the writing's not good, it's not creating the next classics, it's creating, things that will probably never actually be published. I think if you step outside of that and you see what writing 50,000 words in a month does in a broader sense, not just in the sense of the actual project, I think that you'll see there are a lot of different ways that NaNoWriMo improves people's lives. Whether it's children who are excited to write creatively, which may even improve their interest in reading because, look, they've written a little piece of fiction and now they can appreciate the work that it takes to write a piece of fiction. It might help kids develop more of a sense of writing and reading. For the professional, it could help them not feel daunted by having to write, a minutes for a meeting, or to have to sit down and write an account of an event or whatever. For the academic, it helps because suddenly that 20-page research paper becomes a lot smaller because you've already written 50,000 words and you can do it. You know that it's in you to be able to write that many words. And so I just kind of feel that there are a lot of different opportunities for research within NaNoWriMo. And I should specify that this is outside of the topic of creative writing. There are so many academic journals about creative writing that, you know, writers will share their pieces and get feedback, or there will be ideas like topics about theories about creative writing, and that's great. That I personally, as somebody who enjoys creative writing, those are great articles to read, those are great journals to be a part of. But specifically, the challenge of writing so many words in such a concentrated amount of time, I think is what there's a lot there's it's like a treasure trove. There's so much to look into. There's so much to see within that community and within that process. I just would love to see more academic research on it. And, you know, so you don't think I'm a hypocrite and I'm sitting here telling you, oh, you should go do that and you should, you know, write an article and try to get published in an academic journal. It's definitely on my mind too. There are definitely things, you know, it's difficult. It's not easy to set up research and to set up studies because there's a lot that goes into it. But I think that if it's something that interests you, you should definitely delve into it. You should definitely talk to other people who are interested in it and form little groups and form, you know, the academic side of NaNoWriMo. I think that that could definitely be something that would be beneficial. And once there's research on the community, once there's research on the event and studies that are saying, hey, this could potentially be really good for people to do and participate in, regardless of their success in it, I think that it will bring NaNoWriMo around in the minds of people who are not into it, who think it is a waste of time or think that it is an encouragement to write drivel. It's not, but some people do believe that. And yeah, I just think that as academics, if you're into it, you should definitely check it out. And I mean, hey, research is sometimes hard to come by, and I can tell you from looking through many databases, looking through many books, there is not a lot of research on NaNoWriMo at this point in time. So it's kind of open, it's an open field. If you are interested in it, you should do it. You should absolutely try to do some research on NaNoWriMo because not much has been done, so I can guarantee you're not going to run into a lot of, oh, well, somebody's already talked about that, or oh, somebody just took that research topic. It's open game. Trust me, there is not a lot out there that's academic about it. So, anyway, I hope this has been interesting and helpful. I may, on my website, post pieces of what I've written, kind of examining more in depth what I was able to find, the current research. But like I said, I will definitely post my references so that you can look through those and see what is out there currently. It's not a lot. But it might be a good inspiration to check it out and to look into it. So I hope this has been helpful. And please leave any questions or comments either on the video, but preferably on my site. I have a comment section where you can fill out your name and email and just some other information, and we'll be in touch and we can talk about this and get this dialogue started and hopefully inspire some NaNoWriMo research. So I hope you have a good one, and if you are participating in the August event, I will see you there, and good luck, and best of luck to people who haven't written, and I hope you give it a shot at some point. It's really worth it. It really changes your life. So on a personal level, and I can say that. So I hope that everything falls into place, and I will maybe do another video at some point. So talk to you later.